Yeah. Welcome to the open book, where truth don't hide, stories ride, and every chapter got that power. Turn the page, now you stepping in, where real ones talk and the fake pretend. From viral heat to deep convo, we write the truth, let the whole world know. This ain't just a channel, it's a movement. The open book, every story, every voice.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone's having a terrific Tuesday. It's a beautiful day here in Texas, y'all. A little hot out, okay? Not as hot as the past couple of days, but it is still hot. So I reside on the inside, okay? What a AC is, okay? Let's see who we have here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let everyone know that we are live. Hey, Shirley Shells. Hey, sis. Welcome. And thank you for being first in the building. I appreciate it, sis. Hey, Royal D, the queen is in the building. Thank you so much for joining, sis. Hey, Janet Lifestyles for Janet. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So, y'all, I wanted to talk about this topic last night, but I was a little bit upset last night. So I said, let me kind of calm down first before we go into this conversation, because I'm sick of this. Like, I literally am sick of it. As we go through what happened with this situation, I can see some things were kind of done wrong on both sides, okay, of this traffic stop. So anytime I get pulled over, I automatically get nervous. Hey, Nita, she said, hey, open and chat that video to me. Yes, girl, me too. And I saw it last night for the first time, okay? And so when I get pulled over, y'all, I automatically start shaking. I get nervous because that's one of the times where you don't know how it's going to go, okay? You can have legit license, you can have legit insurance, but sometimes things just pop off and it could just take a turn for the worse. You just really never know. We've seen situations where the people who have gotten pulled over actually did comply and they still lost their lives. Okay. Thinking about Philando Castile. Okay. He was on his way with his girlfriend somewhere, got pulled over. He was complying. He told the officer what he was about to do, reaching for, I guess, the insurance. And as soon as he reached, and he did have a pow on him, but he was, transparent with the officer. He told him everything. Well, when he went to reach for the insurance, he still got shot. And he's in the car. His girlfriend was recording the whole incident, y'all. And we had a whole thing here when that came out was happening. We had a shooter downtown Dallas taking people out in Dallas. So we're watching the news for that to see, do they find out who was doing it? And then on Facebook, I saw that video, but I was thinking it was like some older video or something like that. It wasn't until the next morning when the thing went viral that she had gone live while that was happening and in action. It's almost like you want to have some type of recording or video as proof. And that recording maybe has saved this young man, William Mcneil Jr.'s life. Okay. Hey, Yvette, welcome. Thank you so much for joining, sis. So we're going to kind of talk about this traffic stop that took place back on July 19th. Okay, it was I think what was the 19th? Friday? No, Saturday. That was Saturday. So Jacksonville police, they basically, after there was an outrage, this young man, William Anthony Mcneil Jr., he has shared a live. He went live when he was going, or I should say, getting pulled over. Okay. So during that, it was such an outrage. And I'm surprised that I didn't even hear about it, you know? And so they decided to review the traffic stop and the cameras, the police body cam footage to see what happened, okay? Because everybody was starting to just start talking about it and it was getting out of control. Now, there was a press conference with Sheriff TK Waters, and we're going to look at a little bit of that. And he's going to discuss what happened, if the cops were justified in what they did. We'll also see body cam footage from various angles as well, okay? But the first thing I want to show is a little part of the live that I saw that really made me mad on yesterday, okay? Because y'all, I can't even get it out. Thinking about Tyree Nichols, okay, all of these other things, they just had the jury trial for those officers. And it put me, it's almost like we are having PTSD every time this happens, okay? So my mind, when I saw his video, went all over the place. I'm like, well, what are they doing once they got him out the car? You know, he's on the ground, he's out of sight, and you really can't see what is taking place. Okay, so let me pull up his video first, and let me just warn you, trigger warning for this video. Thank you for your patience. Okay, here we go.
All right. No. Can you put that law?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Okay, so this is the beginning. Okay, he's actually talking to an officer that is on the other side of the car that is asking for him to get out, asking for his license and things like that. But notice on the side in our view, there are some other officers that have arrived. Now, this traffic stop, the part that we're getting right here, is not from the beginning of when he got pulled over. We will see more of that from the body cam footage because, see, it is important to have context, okay? What happened right before this moment and so forth. So I just want to let you know, this is not the very beginning. This is what he has on live.
Can you call your supervisor? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hand.
Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not right. Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. Get on the ground. No, don't forget. Get on the ground.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
These administrative reviews are ongoing, but the state attorney's office has determined that.
Okay, so before I show that part, I wanted to show that, okay, because we're going to get into this because, y'all, when we see it from the very beginning, there are some things, yes, girl, he hit him in the face multiple times. We're going to see that multiple times. Now, there are some things that I feel escalated this situation, and y'all share your comments in the chat when we get to that part about how it could have probably been de-escalated. And then there are some things that I felt that the officer was asking him to do that they didn't even do. Okay, so let me pull up the conference and then he's going to go through the videos of the different angles, because when I watched it from different angles, I was like, okay, I understand that part. But was that warranted, what these officers are doing to the young man once they got him? Or was it a bit excessive? Yes, he punched him in the face as soon as he got, the glass off. Yes. Okay, let me pull it back up. We're going to go to the other part. Thank you for your patience. Okay, here we go.
So good evening. Of course, I'm Sheriff T.K. Waters. This is Director
Hi, Tammy.
Ed Cayenne from our Director of Homeland Security and Investigations. Our integrity unit also falls underneath him. That's why he's joining me up here this evening. Today, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is releasing information regarding the circumstances of William Anthony Mcneil Jr.'s arrest on February 19th of 2025. Yesterday, while I was in church, JSO became aware that cell phone camera footage purportedly of this arrest was circulating on social media. At my direction, the agency immediately began both a criminal and administrative review of the officer's actions. These administrative reviews are ongoing, but the state attorney's office has determined that none of the involved officers violated criminal law. Even though the administrative review has yet to be completed, we are releasing the body.
Okay, I have a problem with that. You're saying already that they have not violated any criminal laws, but the investigation has not been completed. Okay. And I don't know why he had to say while I was at church. Like they bothering him. Sir, you are the sheriff. Okay. But yeah, so he's already pretty much making a determination about this even before the investigation has been completed. This is so sad. This is an assault. I believe them cops was racist. Okay, girl. And we're going to talk about that because something's going to come up that I want to show y'all.
They warrant camera footage today because Officer Bowers has consented to its release and waived his officer's bill of rights pertaining to the discrete piece of evidence. Because the administrative review is pending, the officer's bill of rights prevents me from releasing any additional information beyond these videos, as it is confidential under Florida Statute 112.532. As JSO's leader, I have vowed to be open and transparent with the public that we serve.
Hey, Nicole.
Whether the information shared reflects well in this agency or not, I have always done my very best to tell the public exactly what's going on within the agency. When there are allegations of officer misconduct, our agency thoroughly investigates those allegations. When allegations of officer misconduct are sustained, we hold officers accountable, as I've done many times in the past. In this case, the cell phone camera footage that began viral circulation over the weekend does not comprehensively capture the circumstances surrounding this incident, and that is to be expected. Part of that stems from the distance and perspective of the recording cell phone camera. Another part of it stems from the fact that the cell phone camera did not capture the events that preceded Officer Bowers' decision to arrest Mcneil. Moreover, cameras can only capture what can be seen and heard. So much context and depth are absent from recorded footage because the camera simply cannot capture what is known to the people depicted in it. As a 33-year law enforcement officer, I understand the importance of thorough and complete investigations. One piece of evidence considered in a vacuum without any context can lead to skewed conclusions. When incomplete cell phone camera footage becomes the basis on which public opinion turns, the results can be equally faulty. A rush to judgment, whether it be in a criminal investigation.
Okay, Nicole, she said they always get the black cops to make the line statement. Right. And y'all, this is in Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, Jacksonville County. Now, because I want you to pay attention to that part. I'm not going to even tell y'all, but I want y'all, when we get to the body cam footage, to look at what's taking place and who the actions are being performed by. I'm telling you, it resembles some of these other cases we've seen in the past. Okay. Shout out to Shelly Shells. If you would like to support the channel, you are welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, or buy a coffee. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that.
Or in a court of public opinion can lead to flawed conclusions. Tonight, I'm sharing the footage from the body-worn cameras of the arresting officer, Officer D. Bowers, and two of the assisting officers, Officer D. Miller and Officer G. Curse, so that the public has more complete understanding of this incident. Before I deliver the currently available information and play the relevant body-worn camera, I want to be clear about something. Yes, there absolutely was force used by the arresting officers, and yes, that force is ugly. But as I've said many times before, the reality is that all force, all violence is ugly. And just because force is ugly does not mean it's unlawful or contrary to policy. But moreover, I want to provide the public with some background information pertinent to this incident. Since January 1st, 2025, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has been involved in 38,805 traffic stops. Even as I speak, that number is climbing. The overwhelming majority of these tens of thousands of traffic stops were made without incident. After this traffic stop on February 19, 2025, Mcneil was arrested for resisting a police officer without violence, driving on a suspended driver's license, and possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana. On February 20, 2025, Mcneil pled guilty to and was adjudicated guilty of resisting a police officer without violence and driving on a suspended driver's license. Those pleas of guilty were accepted by a local judge who found them to have been factual basis and to have been voluntarily made by Mcneil. After the resolution of this criminal case, Mcneil took custody of his cell phone, the one he presumably used to record the footage that was shared on social media, on March 5th, 2025. At no time, February to now, did Mcneil contact JSO to file a complaint, nor share with the agency the cell phone footage that is circulated on social media. As I said earlier, immediately upon becoming aware of this footage, JSO began a criminal and administrative investigations into the incident. Had Mcneil filed a complaint, JSO would have started this investigation at that time. But we were not aware of this allegation or of improper use of force before this weekend. As this is agency's pattern of practice in any circumstance of use of force, the relevant body-worn camera footage was reviewed by multiple levels of supervision. However, as you'll see in short order, the body-worn camera footage does not capture Officer Bauer's response to resistance when Mcneil was seated in the driver's seat. As I explained, although the state attorney's office has deemed it not criminal, the response to resistance is now subject of a pending administrative review to determine if Bauer's conduct violated JSO policy. The law requires that a person comply with the police officer's commands during a traffic stop. This is extremely important. There are not options. If you disagree, take care of it someplace else, but not on the side of the road. No one enjoys being the subject of a traffic stop. And there are times in which citizens.
Now, one thing that I guess I wish you would explain is if you're requesting a supervisor in a certain situation, okay? Because, and we'll get more into that part, but if you're not comfortable and you're requesting a supervisor to come, then how is that resistant? I'm trying to comply, but I also want someone else here, okay, in case something goes down for my security, and things like that. So certain things you'll see in this footage, it's like, do some of the officers get upset if you challenge their authority? Okay, if you say, is it okay if I record this, or what's your badge number, or can I get a supervisor? Some of them feel like you're belittling them, you're being condescending, and they get in their feelings. Okay, they get in their feelings. So I mean, hey, that is something that needs to be noted as well. If I need to speak to a supervisor, let me speak to a supervisor or get one here. I want this to go right too. Okay, because obviously, hi Tip, welcome. Obviously, we have had people in these situations before that have lost their lives. If I'm a little bit afraid, then forgive me. Okay, but we have had people to pull over, sir, and they have lost their lives. So if I'm requesting a supervisor to come and join us, what was wrong with that part? And that's what I'm trying to understand. Okay, D said, I'm going to tell you yes from my experience. Okay, exactly. Because we see how these things can go. That's all I'm saying. What's so wrong with requesting a supervisor? And we saw that part in the video a little bit ago.
It's dispute circumstances of their stops, but the law is clear. A person must comply with an officer's commands, even if that person disagrees with that officer's reason for the stop. Within 21 seconds of his civil stop or civil traffic infractions, driving without illuminated headlights during the rain or failure to wear a seatbelt, Mcneil refused to provide stopping officers with his driver's license and registration. 14 seconds later, he locked his car door and refused to exit the vehicle, despite being told many times that he was under arrest. Moreover, Mcneil was warned 7 times that he needed to open the door and exit because he was under arrest for resisting an officer without violence, or police would be forced to break his car window. Soon after Mcneil was outside his car, officers found a large, unsheathed serrated knife on the driver's side floorboard. Now I'll play relevant portions of the body-worn camera of the three officers, Officer Bowers, the stopping and arresting officer, Officer Miller, the second responding officer who spoke to McNeil from the passenger side of the vehicle, and Officer Curse, one of the assisting officers.
Okay, here we go. This is the officer that pulled him over. Hey, Miss Sexy. Hey, sis, welcome. Thank you for joining. Real talk, no chasers in the building. Welcome.
Yeah, Florida 24 Bravo Echo Charlie Whiskey on a silver Kia. I don't know this.
Right,
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on.
Okay, so for one thing, there on that part, I don't think I would have just automatically had my door open like that, chilling, hanging out the car, because it does look suspicious. Okay, you already know if they're approaching you, they already kind of get a little nervous, wondering what you have, you know, trying to check out the scene. And so the tone, as he came towards the officer and was asking him, is there a particular reason why you put me over? I know anytime we get pulled over, we're not happy about that. That's understandable. But I would stay in the car, keep your door closed and let them approach you first before you make any quick movements or start going off, asking all these questions, kind of let him explain. So the officer may have gotten a little bit nervous and on the defensive automatically from the way he started speaking to him and the fact that he had that door open. Now, my thing is this as well. Okay. Y'all pay attention to the weather. Okay. Now it's not dark outside. He said that he pulled him over because he didn't have his headlights on. Okay. In the inclement weather. Well, I don't turn my lights on either if it's not dark outside. Now, if it's raining really hard and, people can't hardly see on the highway, the freeway and things like that, then I'll turn my headlights on. But you're going to see when the other cops come, when they show that footage, they don't have theirs on either. So you asking me to have mine on and y'all don't have y'all's on? I would have felt like, now are you sure that's the reason that you pulled me over? Okay. So I would have been a little suspect in that part too.
Things you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement.
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
Sorry.
So he's saying automatically after he asked for his driver's license and registration, he's like, call your supervisor. Okay, now, sir, Mr. William, I probably would have just gave him my information. But as y'all heard, he had a suspended license, so he probably knew that was going to come back. Okay, so he's automatically on the defensive for a reason, as we can tell. Okay, D said, I agree, OB. Exactly, lights in daytime. I was going to say that. Who does that? Not too many people drive around with their lights on if it's just daylight and it's not raining really hard.
35, I'm fucking with the dog driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle. 25 seconds. For the 9-4, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Call your supervisor.
Yep.
Now, in that part, who's wrong right there? Okay, was William wrong for closing his door, locking it? Okay, after the officer is asking for his license and registration. or is the officer wrong in that moment because he's asking for a supervisor? So that's something to think about as well. D said, I believe that cop is going to get away with this. I believe so too. I believe so too. So that was something I thought about too. I was like, he's not saying that I won't. He's asking for a supervisor.
25 seconds. If anybody responded, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on too. I've already told you. Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Right now, you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir.
My thing is, how are you under arrest for resisting? Was he already told that he was under arrest? I mean, it's like he just like making it go, the charges increase just because. Like, he resisting what? Was he under arrest, or were you just pulling him over because the headlights were not on? You said you were pulling him over because of headlights. Okay, headlights. How do we go from I'm pulling you over for your headlights, but then here we go. Now you're talking about I'm under arrest. I haven't even given you anything. I'm asking to talk to your supervisor. Okay, I'm saying, can you please, while you're radioing your homeboys, your fellow officers, I hope one of those is a supervisor because I'm afraid for my life. And just like they can say, I'm afraid for my life, he could have been afraid for his life as well. Maybe he just wanted a supervising officer there to help him. Okay, not to say he may, hey, now this other side of it, young man, you cannot just close the door and not comply with instructions. If he's asking for your license and registration, at least slip that through the window. I mean, crack the window a little and then give him your information. But this officer went straight from, okay, no headlights. Okay, you are asking for a supervisor, but you closing your door. Okay, so now I'm arresting you for resisting. Well, was I originally arrested or under arrest? I'm confused. How did we get here? It's progressively going a little further.
Okay.
Notice, y'all can't see it. Dog. I hate this overlay right here. But notice the officer that just pulled up. His headlights are not on either.
Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window. No, he's under arrest.
Now he's under.
Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Vehicle's blocked in. He's locked it up. He's putting the window down. The fast try to talk to
Right. All of call the supervisor.
Hey, I'm about to break the window.
Look at all those cops,
I'm about to
y'all.
break the window.
Okay, so this is my thing. Look at all of those cops that just arrived. I would have been afraid for my life. Okay, we already know for one man, child, I would have fainted. They would have had to just pull me. They would have to just pull me out the vehicle, slide me on out. Because, child, y'all have brought a whole army for one young man. We already know where this is headed just by the number of officers that y'all have nothing else to do. I hope out of all of those officers, one of the officers was a supervisor. Okay, because y'all calling your whole army and not one supervisor came up to help with this situation. Do we really want to protect and serve? Do we really want to de-escalate? Or are we escalating the situation further? Okay, if in the past, if I've had a student in the classroom, okay, and they're clowning me in front of all of the students, they're trying to get a reaction from me. There are ways to de-escalate with still keeping your authority. Okay, so you gotta, these officers, we need some more training. How can we de-escalate instead of escalating things further? I'm getting nervous, and I'm not even in the car. I'm getting nervous just seeing all of these officers pulling up for one young man. It's not anyone else in the vehicle, but why do you need that for one young man? I'm afraid. Okay, we have had PTSD for these previous cases, which is one reason why I don't really talk about these cases, because it gets me upset. Okay, we're doing too much escalating, but not enough de-escalating. This started off, he said he pulled him over because he did not have headlights on in inclement weather. Y'all don't either. Okay, y'all don't either. What can it's not raining so hard so you need an umbrella or anything like that. So what inclement weather? Okay, then you're saying he didn't have on his seatbelt. So I do want y'all to watch something when they eventually break the window. Pay attention. Shout out to Marty with the mess. Thank you for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much and welcome. D said my PTSD would have been all the place. Okay, I'm telling you, mine is, and I don't even have PTSD, but they giving it to us all these type of traffic stops. Okay, this is sad. This is crazy.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands. Here.
Investigation 33 at 15:21 hours.
What is your reason?
See, they undid his seatbelt.
No, don't touch it.
He's mad. He's mad. He challenged.
What's wrong with you?
What you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was gonna walk.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
He is
What's
mad.
going, bro? What's going on, man? You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro. Yes.
That's an awful reason, bro.
You gonna throw my phone like that, bro? Yeah, I'm gonna take it off now, man. Bro.
Then he calling him bro.
You just got to see what already.
So your partner didn't even ask. Marijuana in his right pocket. Yes, it is. So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong. Can you back me up to the car?
He was saying it was called resisting. I thought it was resisting arrest. He wasn't under arrest. Okay. Now he may have challenged your authority and didn't give you the information that you were requesting and asked for a supervisor. I don't know technically if that's written into their law that that's considered resisting, but he was not originally under arrest. He escalated that to say he was under arrest. No one, D. It took all of them for one young man. It took all of them. Okay, why they won't call their supervisor? That's what I want to know. That should be a question that they should have answered in the news conference. How come a supervisor was not called? Is it because you want your boys to come? Okay, so you can do what you want to do, because now you're upset. Okay, if you think about it, this officer has been challenged. His authority has been challenged. He is upset. You have not given me what I've asked for. You be asking for a supervisor. I got to call my boys to come down here and help me open up the car and have backup. You making me look petty, like I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so no, don't call a supervisor. We'll take care of it the right way. Okay, that's what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm not saying they said that, but hey, I'm just saying they probably felt some type of way, especially the officer that pulled him over.
You're both my boy.
So look at the. I'm talking about that.
You start rescue. 1067, approximately 30-year-old.
Let's see. Is it still showing?
Bravo, Mike. Last race to the left.
So he ended up busting his lip too.
There you go. I know. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look at him.
You good? Yeah, you or him? Okay.
Okay, he knows the cameras are on. He asked him, "Is it you or him?" That's where the blood come from. He must have said like motion, like He's like, "Oh, okay." He happy. They're happy about that. This is crazy. I just tell people when cops stop, do what they say, even if you don't want to. Exactly. But I guess now this case shows you better not ask for a supervisor. I mean, each case we have to say, even if you're complying, there's certain things not to do. Okay, so I guess don't ask for a supervisor. You're not supposed to do that. Okay, so this one, this angle will be from the cop that responded. Okay, and he was the one that parked in front of the young man's Williams car. Okay, legalized gang activity. Thank you, Tip. Thank you. Okay, I'm glad that you put it in those words. Yes, that's pretty much the Scorpion unit. Okay, what Tyree Nichols was, they had a whole name. Yeah, I mean, that stuff needs to be looked into. Now, they were on here. Let's see if they're going to say something about that part when they said, is it you or him? And they're acting all happy about it. Like, seriously. Girl, D, I am serious. Girl, this is a mess. Okay, Shelly said Sandra Bland did nothing wrong either. Call it out, Shelly. Clock it. What did she do? Okay, this girl, you treating her. She heading towards college or doing what through the college, trying to have a new life. But because she's smoking her cigarette, the cop came to her with an attitude. She was compliant. She gave you everything. Okay. But then because you felt she wasn't all happy about getting a ticket, your ego is bothered, then you just start escalating it. This lady, it went from her getting pulled over, I forgot what they even pulled her over for, something minor, to her losing her life in a jail. Okay, but because she said she was going to report and do all of this after she got out, she never made it out. Oh yeah, you could tell me sexy. You could tell. After watching the full video, I still feel the same. Still no justification for the abuse that was inflicted on this young man. Exactly. Because we're going to see it from another angle too. I had to do everything I was told by the cop. He was a B.O.B. Girl. Okay. I'm telling you. I don't. Oh, okay. Let me continue. I told you it's hard for me. Oh, let me woo some. This just it bothers me. Because we don't have to go here. It doesn't have to go here. It really doesn't. So he's getting out. This is from his view, his camera footage.
Sir, can you please ask him what did I do wrong?
Well, we're conducting a traffic stop right now. You need to comply.
I am complying.
Hey, unlock the car. I'm gonna push it up.
Open the door and
He got real close to his car.
Door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Under arrest for resisting.
Yeah, great.
Can you unlock the door and step out?
Okay, B.
I will. Can you step out?
Because you don't even know the whole situation.
You're being done. There's a traffic stop being conducted. You're required to comply.
And I'm required to actually.
So, yes. Correct.
Okay, I got you.
Huh? Okay. So what did he ask for when he I guess talked to you?
When he pulled me over,
Yeah.
Open my door because my window don't work.
Oh yeah.
And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off.
Well, did y'all hear that part? He said he had opened the door because his window doesn't work. Now, I don't know about y'all. I've had a vehicle or two like that in the past. Okay? When you go to the drive-thrus, you got to pull up a little extra so you can open your door, get your food, give them the money. Okay, so he's saying allegedly that window did not work. Okay, so that was why when he first pulled up, he had it open a little and he was sitting the way he was sitting, trying to see why he pulled him over. Well, at that time, the officer probably did not know that your window didn't work, sir. Okay, he's just thinking you're being defiant and he's asking you for your registration. You come in here, I'm just trying to see why you pulling me over. You come into him with an attitude, he's on guard. Okay, he was already getting on guard because he didn't know what was going on. Now you explaining it to this officer that you can't roll the window down because it's not working. Okay, I understand that. Okay, I didn't know that part at first. Miss Sexy said there was a lot of po-pos for one person. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I would have been afraid for my life. Okay, hey Becca, welcome. I had a car like that. Right. I had a car, probably a car or two. Okay. The window didn't work. You had to pull up. I got so tired of doing that. Oh my gosh. You can't roll the window down. It's just I hated it. Now he should have told him the window didn't work. Exactly. So look, he's rolled down the back window. This is not funny, y'all. This is not funny, but I'm trying to laugh to keep from crying on certain stuff because, y'all, it's just bothering me. I'm sick of this happening. But he rolled down the back window at least to talk to this officer, okay? Trying to tell him and explain to him what's going on. I believe at the initial stop, when the officer asked him why he opened the door, he told him his window didn't work. I'm going to go back and rewatch to be sure. Okay. I'm going to have to look at that too. Because if he said that, then that explained it.
Under this weather, I'm like,
Okay.
there's multiple people here. Like,
Okay, that's still a legitimate reason to pull somebody over.
There's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Sir, you out of order. He said it doesn't matter if it's not raining. You are required to have headlights on. No, you don't. No, you don't. Who said that? Where are they getting these rules from? Okay, I'm not riding around with my headlights on when it's not dark outside. And if y'all pay attention in this type of weather, would you have your headlights on? Sir, you didn't even have yours on. When you pulled up, you didn't have yours on. So if the weather was so bad, how come you're just trying to go with what the other officer is saying? That's it. You're not trying to get an understanding. You're like, well, you still got to comply. You still got to do this. listen to what he's saying. That was probably not the reason he really pulled him over. Y'all know sometimes these cops will get behind you if your car looks suspicious, if you're tagged out, if they just want to mess with somebody and got nothing else to do, they'll just sit there at the stoplight, run your license plate. Who in that car? Is the tent too dark? So they come up with all kind of stuff. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, some. I'm not gonna say all, but some. They will try to say, "Oh, I pulled you over for this," but then when they get there, they actually find out you have no insurance, because they already know that. They can tell if you have insurance or not. They find out your tag out. Then when you give them that driver's license that you're not supposed to be driving, it is suspended. You don't want to give that up. Okay, so he was already trying to hide that. Hey, dreamy girl. Hey, sis. Welcome. He said, I stopped watching things like this because I don't like the way cops treat people, and it messes with my PTSD, and it brings back things I don't want to think about. Exactly. Certain ones, like, all I can do is just shake my head, D. Like, seriously. Because it becomes too much. It's like secondhand trauma. Like, seriously.
Huh? Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will. Huh? All right, go for it.
Go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
So that's the one here. Uh-oh. Okay. The one opening the door. I hate this overlay on this. I should have figured that out before I did this. That's the one that punched him in the face on his vehicle. We saw the punch when he punched him to the side. That's the one that had just broken it and punched him real fast. Right here with the glass.
15, 21 hours.
What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
But
Step out now. All right. Get on the ground. No, don't get on the ground.
They punched him.
Stand behind your back.
How many does it take? Now you have
25,
two black
74,
officers
1033,
on the left
133.
just standing there. And you got the two
No.
white officers roughing them up. And I'm not, it's not a racial.
You're under arrest.
Observation.
Yes, bro.
What
Yes.
are y'all doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, let's take it off now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm serious. And they'll be the main
That's not
one.
how it works. Too late. It ain't no too late. I'm not asking to step out of the vehicle. You should have done that.
So your partner didn't even act.
Marijuana.
Your partner.
Notice who got in the conversation. They just standing there, y'all. They're not saying anything. They're not trying to say, yo, it's a little too excessive. That's how these people are losing their lives. And in some of those cases, there were black officers standing right there. They didn't even try to intervene with some of these racist cops. And I'm not saying these are, but some of the stuff makes you wonder that they're saying, kicking, doing all of that. Like, seriously. That's what I don't like, how be 50 people on one person. Exactly. You know it does not. That boy probably 120 pounds. 120 pounds or something. But you mean to tell me it take 200 here, 250 here, 190 here. Y'all need all that weight for a 120-pound boy. Y'all done slung him out like he a rag doll. And then you can see from this cop's angle, when he was down, you already have his hands behind his back. He's on the ground. How much more do I comply? Okay. How much more do I comply with you if you have now slung? First of all, you punched me, you punched my window in. So y'all saying, okay, he can do that. Okay. But then you went from punching my window in to punching me in the face for what? I'm in a seatbelt. Y'all have just, my hands are where you can see them. What justified that punch? What justified that? Okay. Then you get me out of the car, swinging me around, and then you punch me again. What justified that one? Y'all have my hands behind my back. What justified that? That's all we're asking. The communities, we're just asking these questions because we want to know. How do you justify that?
Right pocket.
Yes, it is. So why close the door if you see him pull up? Because, man,
What are y'all doing?
he
Get out the way.
arrested me and stuff, but I didn't do nothing wrong. Resisting, idiot. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Camera going in there.
Can you back me up to the car so I can lean up?
What on the what is that? What is that going on? Oh my God.
I did.
Okay.
That ain't good. Yeah. I know. You should have put some gloves on, bro.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We happy. Boy.
There. Huh?
You see that joint?
What? The knife? Yeah, that's it.
They got breath too. Need to be doing some police training. Go back to why y'all sitting there beating up on people. They said now when it's a mental person and they know it, then they will have 50 cops because they scared as hell. Okay. Hey, Mr. CKB is in the building. He said, don't mind me just doing a little bit of trolling. Get him, OB. Hey, I'm telling you, like, what justification did you have? That's all. We're just trying to ask questions. We have questions. Now, notice, okay, when they first pulled him over, it was lighter outside, okay? But y'all done kept me here. Now, this goes on William Mcneil and the officers. We've been out here doing this little dance for so long now. I do need my headlights on. Okay. Notice y'all gonna see it got a little bit darker outside. Now you can say I need my headlights on. Okay. Okay. Now you can see I need my headlights on. Okay. It didn't take all that. Notice these different officers. The one that pulled him out of the car, he busted out the window. The other one that punched his face. It's a certain honor to have that blood on their hands. I want y'all to pay attention to that. They're honored that they were able to bust his lip, to rough him up. Okay? You not hurt? No. Oh, no. I'm not hurt. It's all good. That his blood is on my hand. I got a couple of punches in. I got a couple of kicks in. Like, really notice how they are okay with that. Who actually stopped to intervene? Those black officers, I ain't hear a peep. I didn't hear a word. They just standing there looking. And if y'all didn't have that uniform on, you will be one of them on the ground that they will probably be rejoicing over. Like, seriously, why are y'all even there? What were y'all called for? Because you're not doing nothing. You're not helping to de-escalate. Everything I see, it was escalating. Nicole said, I think they may have been watching him for a while and found any excuse to stop him. Probably. And they don't like his mouth. And I used to tell my boys in 5th grade, look, when y'all get into the real world, because see, some of them didn't like for you to tell them anything. And I said, okay, it's going to come a day where these officers going to pull you over. And you better learn how to respect some authority. Because see, they not going to try to do the little, come outside, let's have a conversation, blah, 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 and all this. How we're trying to teach you here in 5th grade, you're going to come across the real world. So yes, on his part, I'm not excusing that part from William Mcneil. Like, your approach may have kind of threw him off on the things you were saying, okay? and how you were saying it. Sometimes it's the tone that you're using. Okay. Now, I don't think it was anything wrong with asking for a supervisor. I don't think it's anything wrong with that. We see how this goes. At this point, I feel like I want to ask for a supervisor if I get pulled over. I need another witness because let me tell you, there was this one boss that I had one time, and I sat in on a meeting with her one-on-one, and I noticed how she lied. She said half truths. She changed the whole situation. So after that, I said, I don't want to meet with her by myself anymore. I need another person in this room with us because I don't trust her. So if we've seen these types of cases over and over, and I don't feel comfortable, what am I supposed to do in that situation? It's not that I'm resisting you. It's I'm resisting losing my life. And praise the Lord, this young man did not lose his life on this day. Because this could have gone a little bit further. And it could have been, oh, I feared for my life. I feared for my life. The same thing that many of them use. The same thing over and over. No, how about I'm fearing for my life, so that's why I'm asking for an officer, a supervising officer, not you, not your homeboys, but I need a supervisor here. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Tip said that's demonic to be filled with joy that they have inflicted pain on others. Thank you. It really is. I'm scared of all cops. I don't care what color they are at this point. Me too, D. I don't care who it is that pulls me over. I start shaking. Like, I get nervous. Seriously. He definitely, girl, he was definitely one of the lucky ones. Okay. God was with him that day. He had a praying mama, grandmama, somebody. All right. So now we're about to see the angle of one of the other officers that was called onto the scene.
A lot of flat sticks. From you?
Well, this maybe he's rendering it. I don't know. I didn't watch this. Look at that car.
See that
What
knife?
is,
Yeah.
even before the glass, he had all kinds of stuff right there.
Yeah, you see what's right
He's
there,
checking the
right
vehicle.
on the seat.
Who's?
Narcan.
Let me not
Oh,
put
yeah.
so y'all can see.
Yeah,
That's one of the biggest concerns.
That not be
yeah, you see what's
planting.
right there, right there on the seat.
Who's?
Narcan.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
It's coming from West Compound.
One video clip, devoid of context, can be very misleading. Given that Mcneil never brought this incident to JSO's attention, but rather pushed the cell phone camera footage that he had in his possession since March 5th out on social media, one can only assume, and I'm saying I assume, that he intended to inflame the public. The administrative process is still ongoing, and as such.
So wait, he's saying that it took place on March 5th, but William Mcneil uploaded it July the 19th. Interesting. Why do y'all think he uploaded it so late? I'm the same way. Right, Becca? Janice said it is a shame as a Black person, cops act as if they have lost their voice. Blacks don't speak up when they see another person of the same race not speak for what is right. Exactly. I agree. It's sad. Tip said my son has been pulled over at gunpoint because they said he fit the description. I taught him as soon as he started driving, do whatever they say, no matter what. He was only 18 at the time. Oh, I know that's scary. That's scary. Wow. I'm glad that he's okay. Right. Dreamy girl. I'm like, oh, what going on in that car? How do you even drive with all of that stuff right there on the floor? Now, I don't know if he had already just cleaned from up under the seat and pushed it out. But I don't even see how he's driving with all of this stuff. Wow, Tip. I'm telling you, I used to get in trouble. Not me, but they thought that I was the one doing the trouble in middle school. Got called to the assistant principal's office. So she's like talking to me crazy. And I'm looking at this lady. I've never met you like that or anything. So I guess she was wondering why I was looking at her so crazy. And she said, "Aren't you Lakeisha?" Da, 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 da. I was like, yes. She said, "Are you in this grade?" I was like, "No." She was like, "Oh." She called her secretary. She said, "Which one am I supposed to be talking to?" Y'all, it was multiple students in that building with the same first and last name. So they thought it was me. I got called to the office like a couple of times because they thought it was me and not the other girl. So it's like certain things you just got to be careful, like get an understanding. Ask first before you assume, like, oh my goodness. So I get it. I believe you, and they treat, yeah, they do.
I will neither defend nor commend Officer Bauer's response to resistance until all the facts are known and the investigation is completed.
Sir.
However, as the leader of this agency, I will not remain silent.
Okay, hold on. Before he even starts, sir, you already getting me upset again. Okay. Nothing justified them punching that young man in his face when his hands are up. He's no longer a threat or resisting. Okay, nothing justifies when they pull him out of that vehicle. They had his hands behind his back, and y'all still punching him again. I don't see what justification do you have. How much more do I need to comply if my hands are behind my back and I'm just standing here? And it's like 6 of y'all out here, I guess. Like, I don't know how many for sure. Like, it looked like at least 6. Okay. So you can miss us with that part. Seems like he's already made his decision already. Okay. They have not even finished the investigation. D said, and sometimes get mad now when people doing lives on them because they do it here and they start yelling. Girl, they don't like to be recorded because are you in compliance? If you're in compliance with everything and doing everything that the book says you are allowed to do, why does it bother you that I'm recording? Okay, Shabbat, go ahead. Go ahead. It's accountability for you and me. Why can't we have that attitude? You're protecting and serving, right? Okay, so you should want a level of accountability. That gives more trust to the communities. It gives more trust to the people that you pull over and for your own protection. Okay, so it shouldn't be a negative. I don't think it should be viewed as a negative if you're doing the right thing. It holds us all accountable, in my opinion.
All important facts and information are buried to advance an anti-police agenda. The truth is, William Mcneil Jr. was non-compliant with JSO officers within 21 seconds after he was stopped for multiple civil infractions. His non-compliance quickly rose to the level of criminal resistance to a police officer. Mcneil was arrested and pled guilty to resisting a police officer without violence. Force absolutely looks ugly. And because all force is ugly, whether or not the officer involved acted within outside JSO policy, that's still what we're investigating. The state attorney's office, once again, has reviewed the case materials and determined that Officer Bauer's actions are not criminal. Now, JSO will conduct a thorough investigation to determine whether Officer Bowers acted appropriately with respect to JSO policy. When an officer does wrong, and I think every one of you know this and everyone that's listening, I will stand up here and tell you straight. And likewise, when officers justifiably use force, I'll stand up here also and I'll tell you straight. I ask the public for its patience as the administrative process is competently completed. Once we've determined whether Officer Bowers acted within policy or not, I will immediately share that determination with the public. Out of an abundance of caution, pending the outcome of this administrative review, Officer Bowers has been stripped of his law enforcement authority. Effective immediately, all video footage presented in this briefing is available on all JSO social media platforms, YouTube, and JSO's transparency page. So I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have right now.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. Now, my thing is this. If things are taking place, or I should say taken more seriously and kind of fixed at this level, when someone's life has not been taken, but we see that there needs to be some type of discretion in when you utilize force, then it won't progress to someone actually losing their lives. Okay. Now, you're not going to hold these officers accountable that put their hands on this young man. That's giving them the okay to say, you can do that again. I didn't see, and I'm not, a part of the investigation or anything like that. This is my own opinion. Any justification for them punching him 2 times like that. Now, yeah, I know that when you challenge them and you're not complying with what they want you to do, they're going to be rough with you. Yeah, I've seen them do that. Not to even say that that's right, but they're going to do that because you done made them mad. But as far as the punching part, to me, that was not justified. And it was a bit excessive, in my opinion. Hey, Love Me For Real. Welcome, sis. Thank you for joining. And y'all let me know if your thoughts are different or what you think. But in my opinion, I feel like it was a bit excessive from the point of calling all of those other officers for one young man. Now, if he had, another person in the car with him. Oh, go get my phone. Oh, hold on, y'all. 1 second. Okay. Here you go. If there was another person in the car, yeah, you may have needed all those people, but it was just a whole lot going on. And that just intensifies the moment. Becca said that's some BS they be doing. Yes, exactly. Because if they do not do that on the job, they will do it to their girlfriends or wives at home. Ooh, okay. Indeed. Some of them, and I'm telling you, some of these guys that do that, they don't have any authority at home. So they come and exert their authority at work. The wife's probably in charge. Okay. And that goes for some bosses too. Oh yes, love me for real. I'm still on. I'm telling you, they have no intention of doing that. Some of them at home. Okay. Now some are probably aggressive at home and they bring it to work too. Police officers have a high level of DV. Exactly, Tip. I can see that too. Okay. They probably act aggressive at home, the kids, the spouse, and then you coming out here mad. Some of these officers need a mental evaluation as well. Okay. Some of the stuff that they can't get away with without having that badge, they feel free to do it with the badge. Okay. Or some of the things they have to say. So I'm just saying that I just felt that this was a bit excessive. There needs to be some type of training or consequence for this because this was not okay. Okay. Yes, I'm pretty sure they are justified in breaking that glass because, sir, we need you out of the vehicle. Okay, at this point, we're not gonna be here all day. So at that point, if you know your license is suspended, I think some of them probably would be a little bit more okay if you're just honest with them from the get-go. Look, my license is suspended. I ain't supposed to be out here driving. They may give you a ticket. Some will just give you a ticket on it, and you have to pay a huge ticket and the no insurance. Now, some states, if you have no insurance, they may take your car, and you have to go get it from the impound. So on that part, but did it really have to escalate over a headlights being out? And then he said the seatbelt. He had a seatbelt on. Okay, and no, y'all were not even riding around with your headlights on, so it must have not been too dark Okay, did these sheriffs and all of them, they know that part. Okay, so pay attention to all of that too, because I think that plays a part as well. Okay, well, y'all, that was all that I had on today. Hold on one second. Thank you so much for your patience. But thank y'all so much for joining. Shout out to Marty with the mess for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Make sure you hit the like button. That is for free. Tip said, D said, Tip, I'm free now. Thank God. I know that's right. I know that's right, D. I'm glad that you got out of that. Ooh, Lord. Make sure if you have not subscribed, that you subscribe and hit the bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you all so much for joining today. Y'all have a blessed day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.